Hey everyone, bringing you another ramp test today. This is my second ramp test of the season, beginning of February 2021. I'm going to pull up the ramp test here and show you some of my stats. 40 years old, 206 pounds, 93.4 kilograms. I previously tested December 19th, 2020. That test was 268 and results in 2.87 watts per kilogram. I'm hoping for some increases here. I've completed TrainerRoad's Sweet Spot Base Low Volume 1 since that last test. That has been the only real training I have done. I've added one Zwift race once I was done with Sweet Spot Base Low Volume 1 for fun. I do like Zwift races, so I jumped in there and did that. Did well. But if you haven't, the previous ramp test is in my video stream. I'll post a card above for that. And I'm going to skip through quickly, as you can tell, the boring parts. TrainerRoad starts you out with a 5-minute warm-up. And then we go into the ramp, which is 1 minute steps, 1 minute increases in power. You pedal, continue pedaling until you fail. And then your estimated FTP is 75% of that last minute's power. So this all starts very easy. You know, this is walking pace, very, very low intensity. We'll skip through this. The Zwift race I did last week went really well. I actually won my C category race. The reason why I'm expecting some reasonably good gains is twofold. My previous best FTP was 281, so I've been training below that at the 268 level, and I'm hoping to bump back up close to what my previous amount was. If you had to ask me, I would guess that, you know, I'm going to score like a 275 today and increase about 7 watts. The other reason is the Zwift race I did last week was 32 minutes long, and it had an intensity factor of 1.13, which you can imagine is impossible, which leads me to believe that my FTP is no longer set correctly at 268. Hence the reason for this ramp test, and the expectation being there'll be some increase. I should not hold steady, and I definitely should not decrease. Again, expecting something like 275 or so. Anyhow, here we are now at 284. So this is what I would estimate to be right in my threshold zone. I'm guessing it's just above my FTP and where the test starts to get a little bit difficult. Not working too hard, but enough. It's work here. If you don't know, I'll mention this. I mentioned this in my last ramp test. TrainerRoad has set the steps up so that if you have your correct or current FTP set, if you make it to the 19-minute, 30-second mark of the ramp test, you will at least maintain your FTP. Going beyond that 19-minute, 30-second mark would mean an increase in FTP. So I do keep an eye out for that. That is a little bit of a carrot for me to at least get to 1930. In my mind, every time I've taken the ramp test, I'm thinking to go a full minute beyond that. That's just kind of my immediate first blush mental goal. In reality, I'm going to go until I fail, until my legs just can no longer turn the pedals over. Other thing keep an eye on is just above my head there is the live FTP, now reads 225. That was a new feature TrainerRoad had implemented, I don't know how long ago, but again, another carrot. So if I were to stop the test right now, my FTP would be a 227. So that's I like that feature. I don't recall, I might not have had the stats pulled up in my last test. I did keep an eye on that. It gave me an idea of where my current 268 is, or my old 268, and where I was relative to that now. You can see my jersey there flapping in the wind. I do keep a powerful fan on me. I took 15 minutes or so before this test. I opened the window in the room, had a box fan in the window to blow cool, cold, probably 40 some odd degree air, 40 degree Fahrenheit air into the room. So the ambient temperature of the room was already much lower. And then took my second blower style fan, pointed it right up at my chest there. And it's a powerful fan. Cooling is absolutely critical. Got to have a fan on yourself for hard efforts. Well, really for any training, I feel, but especially if you're doing threshold or sweet spot threshold and above type work. Here we are, 332 watts. And so this is definitely into VO2 max, regardless of what my new FTP is going to be or not going to be. So we're working terribly hard now, and I'm feeling it. And it's only going to get harder as we approach the 18-minute mark. Have a lot of thoughts kind of running through my head. Not early in the ramp test when it's easy, but here, trying to have positive self-talk, encourage myself to keep going, encourage myself that you can keep doing this. You got a couple more minutes in you, push for everything you got, because, doubt is going to creep into your mind at some point, and it's your job as the athlete to stay strong. So much of this is mental, and the ability to mentally push yourself hard and push yourself deep to get through it it's key. So almost ready to click over the next minute, 19 minutes in. And now we're 364 is the target. This is way, way beyond sustainable. I know it. My legs are feeling it right now. I remember being a little concerned, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not even up to my old 268 yet. And this is hurting. This is brutal. These are big, deep breaths. And I did not wear a heart rate monitor. You'll see that's an empty field there. And I just now finally clicked over my old FTP. Sometimes having that heart rate monitor fools me, I feel. It kind of messes with my head. And, I start seeing it creep way, way up. Others really want to know that data. It was a conscientious decision. I didn't forget to put it on. I intentionally left it off today. I wanted to see how this would go with it off. I mean, I know what it feels like to be hurting. I'm pretty happy with this result, obviously. Here I've pushed past 275, targets 381 in the interval. It's hurting so bad, though. I know I can't do this much longer. But the point is to dig deep, to give everything you've got, and leave it all out there and get an accurate, good result to train from in your next block. So I will be going into sweet spot base 2, and that's it. Pulled the plug. 283 new result, which is great. I mean, that's 268 to 283. It's a 15 watt increase. That's great. It's also a new all-time high FTP for me. My previous being the 281 last year, so I'm off to a great start year over year. And feels good. Feels good to have those gains. Feels good to know the training is paying off. So anyhow, if you guys enjoy this content, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing you more indoor, outdoor, more training all sorts of fun stuff to come still. Until next time.